So first of all, before I tell you what is an essay, I want to know what goes in all of your minds when you hear the topic or subject essay, or when you see a UPSC subject paper, or when it comes in discussion uh, with your peers or with your other aspirants. Because out of the 22, 24, 25 people who have joined, I think those who were in my last essay batch, other than them, I assure none of you have written one essay right now. Is that true or not?
Yes, very true.
So see, that is a reality with everybody in this exam, that we give in priority wise the least priority to essay, even lesser than ethics. Whereas in the priority of getting marks, this, in my opinion, is perhaps the easiest paper in which you can get marks. Why I'm saying so? Because I have got 142 in essay, I have got 157 in essay, I have got 108 also. In my 5 mains, in one of the attempts, I got 108. And here I realized essay के साथ problem क्या है, which I am going to share. This strategy definitely, ये strategy तो those of you who are enrolled with me for the next 12 sessions that we will be taking, आप यहाँ पहुंच जाएंगे. लेकिन जो लोग सिर्फ ये सेशन के लिए आए हैं, जस्ट टू नो एसए में क्या नहीं करना है, क्या करना है, आई विल बी शेयरिंग कि ये स्थिति ना आए. यू डोंट come at a stage where you get 108, because this is not the marks which will get you the rank. In this attempt, I got 773 in my mains. The interview call was 774. Okay. So, and if you think कि इंटरव्यू कॉल और मेंस कॉल के बीच में बहुत ज्यादा डिफरेंस है, if I had got just 40 marks more, I would have been above Indian Revenue Service. इतना ही फर्क होता है, provided my interview went well, which, if you are a well-read person, goes well. So this is a make or break thing. I want to know from your mind, what goes in your mind when you hear the topic or the subject essay for UPSC. What goes in your mind? Because those are the questions I will be answering today.
Theme identification.
Okay, first is theme identification. Now this whoever has said this, you have written an essay, that I can tell, because 99% would not come to this stage. Anyways, what else? So theme identification, basically you are trying to decode your essay. This is a technique which we will be learning, कि ये essay का ये topic लिखा हुआ है, ये किस theme पर है, ये हमको समझना है. I'll explain that. But anyways, right now we are discussing आपके मन में essay को लेके क्या डर रहता है, क्या problem रहती है.
Hello guys, before we start with the discussion, we just want to inform you that we have launched a very special and unique type of program which is called Excel Mains through the previous year's questions. In this program, we are going to cover the entire syllabus of GS paper 1, 2, 3 and 4. The philosophy behind this program is we are going to cover the syllabus not randomly but just by using or referring the previous year's questions themes, and the themes are extracted from the last 40 years of previous year's questions. There will be a live discussion, there will be a answer writing with the mentors, and the second program is the intense answer writing program which is called Samachar Vani Plus, in which there will be a weekly classes on 10 topics which are extremely important from the UPSC mains and prelims point of view. There will be an answer writing, there will be a questions given after each and every class based on those 10 topics. So even if you are a beginner, this is a good opportunity for you to begin with the answer writing. For any further queries, or if you wish to talk with a mentor, if you have any doubts, please drop us a message on the number given below. Thank you.
बताते जाइए.
And structuring the
Dimensions.
topics.
Okay, structure of an essay. It is daunting because you are trained the entire year to write 150 words and 250 words. Here you have to write 1000 to 1200 words. So now your mains, introduction, body, conclusion, which you utilize for your mains answer, this goes for a toss. ये irrelevant हो जाता है यहाँ पे, कि भाई इंट्रोडक्शन, बॉडी और कंक्लूजन यहां पर कैसे अप्लाई होगा. सो स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ एन एसे बिकम्स अ प्रॉब्लम. ओके, और बताइए, आपके मन की भड़ास बाहर निकालिए ऐसे को लेके. वॉट एवर यू थिंक यू सॉ एन ऐसे पेपर, क्या आया दिमाग में?
फुल इंग्लिश लिखनी होगी इसमें.
dimension,
ओके, somebody said it is a English literature essay. ये आपको विक्रम, this you will get to write in your compulsory English paper. I'll explain the difference also कि इंग्लिश लिटरेचर वाला एसे कौन सा होता है और यूपीएससी में जो आपको 250 मार्क्स का सीएससी में जो एसे है उसके बीच में, और आपका कंपलसरी इंग्लिश में भी 100 मार्क्स का एसे आएगा जो आपका इंग्लिश का पेपर है. यहां पर आपको ये लिखना है, फ्लावरी लैंग्वेज, if woods are lovely, dark and deep, I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, है ना, रॉबर्ट फ्रॉस्ट. ऐसी बातें वहां लिखनी है. यहां पर जीएस में यू जीएस एसे, आई एम कॉलिंग इट एज जीएस एसे, यू हैव टू बी स्कॉलरली and not literary. Yes, definitely your language should not be absurd, it should not be very unscholarly. एक बेस्ट एग्जांपल, आपने कभी इकोनॉमिक सर्वे का कोई चैप्टर पढ़ा है?
Yes.
From the survey itself, do you find that its language is lucid, fluid, and still they maintain the decency of the language?
Yes.
प्रिसाइज, ब्रेविटी, ऐसे चीजें. ऐसा नहीं है ना, बहुत सारे बच्चे हैं, एक स्टूडेंट है, he writes very good dimensions but linguistic wise he uses very bad sentences. अब वो मुझे हिंदी में अपनी भावना समझाते हैं तो आई एम वेरी इम्प्रेस्ड बाय व्हाट ही वांटेड टू राइट. तो इसके लिए भी हम वर्क करेंगे, स्पेशली इन योर इंट्रोडक्शन, दैट विल बी अ बिग प्रॉब्लम. आई विल एक्सप्लेन हाउ. एनीवे, सो ये इसमें इंग्लिश झाड़नी है ऐसा नहीं है. इंग्लिश ठीक होनी चाहिए, स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक्स मत करिए. दूसरा, use proper sentences, brevity of sentences, but not शशि थरूर वर्जन ऑफ ऐसे, वैसा नहीं. नेक्स्ट, और बताइए, बस इतनी समस्या है.
Writing examples and stories in middle.
ओके, बेसिकली दैट इज फोर्थ कंपोनेंट कॉल्ड कंटेंट, है ना. इन माय ओपिनियन दिस इज लो प्रायोरिटी. व्हाई लो प्रायोरिटी? आई विल एक्सप्लेन वेयर योर कंटेंट कम्स फ्रॉम इन जीएस. अदर देन दैट, ये जो आपको वैल्यू एडिशन है, I will be giving you stories, anecdotes, Supreme Court cases, book reviews. कितना अच्छा होगा ना, आप लिखेंगे युवाल नोआ हरारी in his book Sapiens, A Brief History of Mankind says so and so. एग्जामिनर को थोड़ा ना पता है कि यार तुम तो खाली बुक रिव्यू का पढ़ के आए हो ऐसे की क्लास में से. He will think you have read Sapiens, it is one of the recommended books. But so we will be doing some 10 12 15 book reviews, और उसका जो बहुत अच्छी बात होगी वो हम लिखेंगे. जैसे 1984, जॉर्ज ऑरवेल, what does he talk about? So such kind of important books we will be writing, important themes, subjects, etc. Then value addition from philosophy, since I happen to be a teacher of philosophy optional, so I'll be giving you very good things. For example, कोई religious tolerance की बात आई है, कोई ऐसी बात आई है जिसमें you have to talk about problem of communalism, a solution to that. You quote Indian philosophy, ekam sat viprah bodha vadanti. You quote Ramakrishna Paramhans, yatho mat tatho path. As many beliefs, so many paths. So such kind of value additions we will be doing from the philosophical point of view. So stories, anecdotes, Supreme Court cases, such kind of things we will be using for value addition. But other than that, ऐसा नहीं होगा कि मान लीजिए इन्वायरमेंट का ऐसे है तो वहां पर मैं आपको वेटलैंड्स नहीं पढ़ाऊंगा. आई विल बी टेलिंग यू कि इन्वायरमेंट में ये थीम्स लिखनी है. I will be giving you talk about pollution, you talk about conservation. Conservation में you talk about coral reefs, you talk about wetlands, you talk about land degradation. But I will not be teaching you land degradation. That is not the purpose, because you are anyways studying in your GS3. बट ये आपको आइडिया दे देना और उसके बारे में एक दो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें लिखवा देना. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यूनाइटेड नेशंस कन्वेंशन टू कॉम्बैट डेजर्टिफिकेशन, it has given a target of achieving land degradation neutrality by 2030. अब मैं ये एक लाइन सिर्फ लिखवा दूंगा यूएनसीसीडी के बारे में. दैट इज व्हाट एन एसे कंटेंट विल बी गिवन इन क्लास. बाकी जगह क्या होता है कि आपको एनवायरनमेंट के लिए या पोल्यूशन के लिए पूरा एक एसे दे दिया मटेरियल के साथ, वो आपके किसी काम नहीं आएगा. ओके, चलिए नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम.
Sir, interlinking and coherence.
Though we discussed this structure part, but still again I am writing. It is a unique problem in essay, and that problem is because it must be in your GS also. But GS में वो इतना amplify नहीं हो पाता, इतने आसानी से दिखता नहीं है. That is how to link paragraphs, right? यही बात कह रहे हैं ना आप, ओबेर?
Yes, sir. Yes.
The idea that between one paragraph to the next paragraph, how do I transition? GS में थोड़ा सा बच जाते हैं because you don't write more than 2 to 3 paragraphs in GS. Here you will be writing at least 15 to 16 paragraphs, and an essay has to be comprehensive. It has to be interlinked. एक कहानी की तरह होता है ना. एक टेक्निक आपको कराएंगे, बाहुबली टेक्निक. बाहुबली टेक्निक क्या है? You give the conclusion first and then you link your introduction and conclusion. वो दोनों आपस में एक सर्कल बना रहे होंगे. The examiner will be very impressed that you have the foresight to think about your entire essay at the beginning only. अगर आपका इंट्रोडक्शन और कंक्लूजन जो है वो आपस में लिंक्ड है. लिंक्ड मतलब आधा इंट्रोडक्शन आपने इंट्रोडक्शन में लिखा है और बाकी की वो जो स्टोरी है उसको अगर आपने कंक्लूजन में लिखा है, he will be damn impressed or she will be damn impressed that he had the vision or she had the vision to write it between a span of 1000 words. उसके लिए टेक्निक बहुत सिंपल है. एक ही इंट्रोडक्शन को रखना है, उसको दो पार्ट में कैसे बांटना है वो मैं सिखा दूंगा. तो आपकी वो प्रॉब्लम भी खत्म हो जाएगी कि इंट्रोडक्शन में क्या लिखे, कंक्लूजन में क्या लिखे. बट राइट नाउ, हाउ टू लिंक पैराग्राफ्स, वी विल डिस्कस दिस इन डिटेल. द ट्रांजिशन, वन इजी टेक्निक फॉर दोज हु आर जस्ट फॉर दिस सेशन. एक आसान टेक्निक क्या है? आप जब पैराग्राफ खत्म कर रहे होंगे वहां पर राइट अ क्वेश्चन. राइट अ क्वेश्चन मतलब टेल मी एनी ऐसे टॉपिक और टेल मी एनी टॉपिक जिसपे रैंडमली टेल मी.
India superpower.
ओके, इंडिया सुपर पावर ही सेज. तो इसमें एक पैराग्राफ में आप जरूर लिखेंगे इंडिया फॉरेन पॉलिसी, है ना, और इंडिया चेंजिंग फॉरेन पॉलिसी, इंडिया परसीव्ड डिफरेंटली इन द वर्ल्ड. सो फॉरेन पॉलिसी. Now, how do I link foreign policy? However, I will write regarding foreign policy. Dr. S. Jaishankar says we can't be very different outside as we are domestically. Therefore, social stability is significant to prevent any leverage by state and non-state actors. Now you talk about India's social vulnerabilities or how social condition is improving, or you can just replace it by economic. You write about external balancing requires internal balancing in the form of economic growth, and India has been one of the fastest growing, and then you get into the economic dimension. Okay, so one kind of transition is you are a well-read person, and those who are from my EMP class, you know what I have written here, right? This quote is by Dr. S. Jaishankar. So you already have at least, if I am not wrong, 50 quotes, right, from your IR. But अगर ये हमको नहीं भी आता है और हम EMP के बच्चे नहीं हैं, हम जनरल कैटेगरी है. So what will I do? I will put a question. But can foreign policy alone make India a global powerhouse? Without a stable and peaceful demography. And then you write about, therefore, social stability, social mobility, society के सारे section, vulnerability, etc. You start writing about the social dimension in this essay. So, is everybody understanding the transition? How do we transition between one paragraph to another paragraph? One simple technique. In the last line of your paragraph, ask a question and answer it in the next paragraph. That question is the theme that you are going to write in your next paragraph. Is that understood?
Yes.
किन्हीं को नहीं समझ आया हो? Anybody who did not understand, what does it mean?
But how many times we can do that?
As many times. You have
Just
to
put
link
up a question and just. Okay.
Yes, as many times. For example, see, again, I'll be demonstrating it. You tell me, give me a topic. Suppose nuclear power, है ना? मान लीजिए लिखा हुआ है कि nuclear power is the next revolution in clean energy, है ना? So एक पैराग्राफ में आप मान लीजिए न्यूक्लियर पावर की बहुत तारीफ कर रहे हैं, ऐसा है, वैसा है, ये है, वो है, बट हाउ कैन द वर्ल्ड बी allayed of the fears of a Fukushima or a Chernobyl disaster? And then you write that these disasters have given enough evidence about the imminent threat to humanity from nuclear power, and you talk about the challenges of nuclear power. यहाँ आपके पास स्पेस है, आपके पास टाइम है, कहानी आपको बनानी है, आपको अपने डायमेंशंस को रिप्रेजेंट करना है. हु इज स्टॉपिंग यू? जीएस में लिमिटेशन है ना, 150 वर्ड की, 250 वर्ड की. यहाँ कोई लिमिटेशन नहीं है. You just have to develop this art of putting your dimension in the form of a question and answer. This is one technique to link a paragraph, to put a question and then answer it. Okay, next doubt. Otherwise, I will start explaining how do we do in an essay session, etc.
Sir, can we write question in introduction and conclusion?
Can we write a question in introduction and conclusion? Generally, if I were talking to you for 1200 words, would you want me to leave you with a question mark? Would
No.
that be no? You would want that your conscience is satisfied. So in a conclusion, we generally write a positive futuristic outlook. Leaving a question mark, unless and until you can do something like Bahubali, Katappa ko kyun mara, and that is answered somewhere in your introduction. And you write, going back to my introduction, this is the connection, something like that. And or else try to avoid write a futuristic positive conclusion, because by its nature you are concluding the essay and you cannot leave it unfinished. In an introduction, you can definitely ask a question and you can describe that in your introduction. Generally, see, again, one more technique I am giving you. Do you see speakers in an event when they are called upon the dais to explain? Do you see they say, so today when I was asked to speak on this topic, the first question that came to my mind, ऐसे बोलते हैं और वो फिर अपने क्वेश्चन को आंसर करते हैं ना.
Yes.
उन्होंने थीम को छोड़ दिया, उन्होंने थीम में से अपना थीम बना लिया और उसको आंसर करने लग गए. यहाँ भी ये कर सकते हैं आप. दैट इज द स्मार्टनेस. अब ये नहीं कि अब पूछा इंडिया पाकिस्तान है और आप बात कर रहे हैं ऋषभ पंत एंड हु इज दैट गर्ल,
उर्वशी रौतेला.
Yes, I expected somebody will answer this, है ना? What is Rishabh Pant's average in T20? Okay. So, any other doubt? essay में see nobody answers the doubt. Nobody knows what's happening in essay. सब कुछ ना कुछ बता देते हैं. Maybe it works kind of a thing. So please ask me doubt.
Sir, the format is prescribed already.
There's
the
no
way
such
we write in
format.
English.
There's no such format.
So can we write an essay in form of a conversation? Like
You can definitely write. Only advice is, so his question is there a format? The only advice is don't write in points too much. You are habituated to write GS in the form of points. Essay को जो है, make it in the form of paragraphs. Because try to see, if you are reading a very long novel, would you be suitable to read it in bullet points, or would you be able to read it in paragraphs? क्या अच्छा लगेगा आपको? Paragraphs. And if you are seeing too many arrows, too many this diagrams, etc., again, from essay perspective, from my experience, I would say to avoid. Yes, अगर बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट और कुछ अच्छा लिख रहे हैं आप, इकोनॉमिक सर्वे में देखिए, वो डायग्राम्स देते हैं सब्सटेंशिएट करने के लिए, और उसको बॉक्स में करके फिगर लिख देते हैं साइड में. इट लुक्स नाइस. इफ यू आर डूइंग समथिंग, डू इट लाइक दिस. ऐसे नहीं कि कहीं भी एरो जा रहा है, ये वो ऐसे. प्लीज डोंट डू योर. सर लोगों ने तो बोला था कि डायग्राम बनाना, हर पेज में ऐसे में डायग्राम बना के आया. एग्जामिनर विल ऑल्सो मेक 2 diagrams in your mark sheet. Next.
what I am asking is like the way we read a script, like for example, a script of a drama or a screenplay.
Yeah.
So there are 2 or 3 characters, and each of them have got something to ask or something to say. So can we write paragraphs? Like I'll be writing paragraphs, but in a form of a conversation between 2-3 persons.
Okay. So his question is like, it is a conversation between 2-3 persons. Do you watch that drama for pastime or for academic excellence? For pastime, right? Now, from the examiner's mindset, he has been checking 5-10 essays. और आपने बहुत सारे कैरेक्टर और बहुत सारे किरदार आपने वो कर दिया, और कोई कुछ बोल रहा है, कोई कुछ बोल रहा है. Is it difficult for me to check or easy for me to check? To follow this conversation. If it is about 2 people, it is a recommended method. Mukesh sitting in the hospital, taking his last breath, leaves a message to the society. Smoking is injurious to health, it kills. His life, although did not give much to the society, but in his death, he is giving a message to society that it learns from his. ऐसा करके आपने बोला. And then on the other hand, there is Pinky. Pinky is going to school. पढ़े 12. ऐसी चीजें आप कर सकते हैं. और even conversation between 2 people. Even
like in the way in NCRTs it is given, like Bablu and Chinky speaks
absolutely
in
correct.
between.
You can do it. उसमें मैंने क्या डिफिकल्टी देखी है इवैल्यूएट करते हुए, कि बाद में you become a victim of your own conversation. You don't know when to stop the conversation, in which paragraph, and then it becomes a bit of a mess. So you have to be very clear कि introduction के बाद मुझे वो जो paragraph है उसको कैसे limit कर देना है. So that would require practice.
So, continuing with the previous point, it's essays are usually very monotonous to see. So, what can be the attention or the interest invoking points for the examiner that we
So
can
I will
include?
tell you again that your body basically becomes monotonous, not your introduction, right? Or if your introduction is monotonous, then your previous teacher firing. introduction we will write interesting. So how do we make the body interesting? Now, one way that I used to do is, generally people used to write quote in the starting and in the end. I used to write quote in between. Okay. Now, suppose if it is talking about border management. So now इंट्रोडक्शन में मैंने कुछ लिखा, कंक्लूजन में मैंने कुछ लिखा, बीच में मैंने अजीत डोवल का एक कोट लिख दिया. He says nation building is an exothermic process. Therefore, या फिर he says that India should not punch below its weight. India should not punch below its weight. It should increase its weight. By weight, I mean comprehensive national power, and then punch proportionately. Or Ajit Doval in Lalit Doshi Memorial speech says that on being questioned whether Gandhiji's ahimsa is against India's doctrine of having nuclear power, etc. And that is the reason why we have unstable borders. To which he replies that he is nobody to challenge the great doctrine of Mahatma Gandhi. However, it is upon us to see that nobody goes for an eye or nobody goes for my tooth, to avoid this conclusion that an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth makes the whole world blind. So basically he refers to deterrence. Such kind of an interesting thing you have brought in the middle. एक कहानी जो आपको पता थी आपने वहां पर चिपका दी, है ना?
Yes, sir.
तो ऐसी कहानियों का हम भंडार एक साथ करेंगे. आप लोगों को आते भी होंगे, एटलीस्ट आप ईएमपी में हैं तो आपको कोड्स तो बहुत सारे आते हैं, बट ऐसे स्टोरीज करेंगे विच आई गेन्ड फ्रॉम माई wasting time on YouTube. I'm sure all of you also have your unique experiences on YouTube. Some channels I will be recommending for your essay which you are going to watch, and you are going to get short stories, motivation stories, etc. that you can write in your essay. For example, in the attempt in which I got 157, there was an essay, Journey of Mankind is from human being to being human. I think it was 2019 essay. Journey of Mankind, human being to being human. How many of you will write about Salman Khan here? Tell me a good way to start this essay. Journey of Mankind is from human being to being human. सोचिए, essay में सोचना बहुत है. You have to think. Anybody who tells you I will give content is fooling you. अरे बताओ यार, कुछ तो बोलो. हाँ, किसी ने हिम्मत करके अनम्यूट करा है, बोलिए. Does not matter.
Can we trace the evolution of the man from being a caveman and finally setting up a civilization and talking about justice? And like justice is it is commonly termed as the epitome of a civilization. So today we are talking about justice and how we have traced our life from rubbing stones to.
Okay, ठीक है. Now this is one way that we go, क्योंकि बचपन से हमने एक सुनी है ना, once upon a time. तो कभी भी इंट्रोडक्शन में पहली हमारी टेंडेंसी होती है टू बिकम हिस्टोरिकल. ओके, दैट इज वन वे, बट नॉट वेरी इफेक्टिव वे. आई विल टेल यू व्हाई. बहुत सारे लोग लिख रहे होंगे ना आपकी तरह. यस. See, essay has to be the most interactive class of any other class I take. Here I give you absolute liberty to say anything and everything. There is a quote by Sartre: if God does not exist, anything is permissible. So here, actually that quote is a satire. I mean, everything is not possible today because God exists. So Sartre का foot in the mouth हो गया. तो वैसे anything can be said. No? Okay. So I wrote in the essay, I had recently read a story that time. एक channel है Dare to Do Motivation. ऐसे ही लिखते हैं वो चैनल का नेम. उसमें बहुत सारी शॉर्ट स्टोरीज मिलेंगी आपको 4-5 मिनट्स की. You can learn them. और चिपकाना कैसे, how do we utilize this for our essay, I'll tell you. So I had read a story about a little girl who was on a beach. Now this little girl saw that beach पे because of low tide बहुत सारे, how to draw a starfish, Like this, no? That's okay, right? One more for my indulgence. So on the beach, she saw a lot of stranded starfishes, and she was picking one and throwing back into the ocean. And there were at least thousands. On the entire beach, there were thousands of them. Now, one sensible person like you and me, there I said, a young man. He saw the little girl, and then he goes to her and says, "Dear child, there are thousands of them, and you are only one. What difference can you make? Or what difference will you make?" And then next paragraph I wrote, while he was saying this rational statement, can anybody guess what the child did?
She threw 10 more.
The child picked up one more starfish, and while throwing back in the ocean, said, "It made difference to this one." So does that amply justify my topic, human being to being human?
Yes.
This story. अब ऐसा नहीं है कि ये स्टोरी मुझे उस दिन याद थी कि ये टॉपिक आएगा और मुझे ये स्टोरीज याद है और आई रिमेंबर हंड्रेड्स ऑफ एसेस, सॉरी हंड्रेड्स ऑफ stories. No, none of them. You have faith, by the end of the session you will remember at least 50-60 stories. एक टेक्निक भी है स्टोरी को याद रखने के लिए, और ऐसे कई सारे स्टोरीज हम याद रखेंगे और कहाँ यूज करना है उसको याद रखेंगे. Okay.
So,
Yes.
could we have also written like as a Buddha story and alluded it in
Yes,
third person?
correct. See, that is why I said again historical. बुद्धा में क्या है? Only issue is Buddha, Angulimal. This I realized after I started taking essay classes, and I saw how frequently these examples were wrote. Ashoka became Ashoka the Great, human being say human, being human, Kalinga War. This will come out of the 10 copies. This will be in the 3 or 4 copies. This will be unique. Okay, so I assume you have exhausted all your doubts.
Hello guys, before we start with the discussion, we just want to inform you that we have launched a very special and unique type of program which is called Excel Mains through the previous year's questions. In this program, we are going to cover the entire syllabus of GS paper 1, 2, 3 and 4. The philosophy behind this program is we are going to cover the syllabus not randomly but just by using or referring the previous year's questions themes, and the themes are extracted from the last 40 years of previous year's questions. There will be a live discussion, there will be a answer writing with the mentors, and the second program is the intense answer writing program which is called Samachar Vani Plus, in which there will be a weekly classes on 10 topics which are extremely important from the UPSC mains and prelims point of view. There will be an answer writing, there will be a questions given after each and every class based on those 10 topics. So even if you are a beginner, this is a good opportunity for you to begin with the answer writing. For any further queries, or if you wish to talk with a mentor, if you have any doubts, please drop us a message on the number given below. Thank you.
So now essay.
Sir,
Yes.
so can we use flow charts?
Can we use flowcharts?
Maybe
What would you like to show in that flowchart?
any sort of process, just to show continuity or.
As a principal, I would say no. I know many people are in favor and they are recommending. Even the big brands, test series, वगैरह वहाँ के so-called trained teachers, they are recommending that you draw these flowcharts. I would recommend no, unless you can put it in a neat box and very neatly you can show in small boxes like this. And its justification part you are writing in a paragraph. See, there is a difference between GS and there is difference between essay. That difference has to be maintained. So haphazardly जैसे GS में हमने फ्लो चार्ट बना दिए जहां मन किया वहां यहाँ ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. So I am not disallowing, I am not recommending that you don't do this, but do it properly, do it sensibly. That will come with practice. For example, मान लीजिए global warming मिल गया मुझे, तो global warming के effects लिखने हैं, तो rise of sea level, melting of polar ice caps, rise of sea level, submergence of low-lying areas. You can show like this, and then यहाँ explanation में you start explaining about them. Anything else?
पैराग्राफ हमें यूनिफॉर्म रखना चाहिए, जैसे कि एक पैराग्राफ 4 लाइन जैसे तो नेक्स्ट में 4 ही करनी है, तो यूनिफॉर्मिटी रखेंगे पैराग्राफ में.
पैराग्राफ के नंबर ऑफ लाइंस में कह रहे हैं आप?
हाँ, यस सर.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. अगर आप रख पाए तो इट वुड लुक सिमेट्रिकल, योर एसे विल लुक वेरी ब्यूटीफुल. बट इवन इफ यू आर नॉट डूइंग, डोंट ओवरडू. ऐसा ना हो कि एक पैराग्राफ जो है इट इज ऑफ 20 lines and then the next paragraph is of 4 lines. It should not be less than 6 lines, should not be greater than 10 lines. See, these things you learn with practice.
Sir,
Huh.
can we use headings or subheadings in the essay?
Again, I am not a votary of it, but generally it is recommended. People are recommending. I am not a votary of it. I don't, even while teaching, I don't support it. I say that you put it in the paragraph and then underline it at the start of a sentence. But if you have a very good, if you develop this ability of writing a very good heading, then then it's explanation under the heading, then you can do it. Usually from my experience while checking the essays, I found a disconnect. Heading was an afterthought. और कुछ भी लिख दिया आपने, और आपने पैराग्राफ में बहुत अच्छा लिखा, लेकिन हेडिंग खराब था, इसकी वजह से it made a wrong impression while I was checking. So here again, not disallowed, but be very careful about writing a very apt heading, very justiciable heading, very good heading, and then it's a description. ठीक है. Sir, दो sir.
Sir, how much time should be devoted towards brainstorming?
Usually this is something I tell in the third essay lecture, but I will tell you in 5 minutes. See, there are 3 hours to write an essay, and you have to write 2 essays, right? So that means 1.5 and 1.5. Usually this takes slightly more. 1.5 घंटे के बजाय ये 1 घंटा 40 मिनट में होता है, क्योंकि आप पहले वाले essay को बहुत अच्छे से लिखते हैं. जिन्होंने मेंस दिया है, they would know, right? 1 hour 40 मिनट तो फिर भी मैं बहुत ही आइडियल बता रहा हूँ, है ना? तो अब आपके पास 1 hour 30 minutes है फर्स्ट essay के लिए, 1 hour 30 minutes है सेकेंड essay के लिए, 15 minutes. This is what I call in my essay lectures the golden 15 minutes. These golden 15 minutes, you will be deciding both your essays, which two you are going to write at the start only. कि मैं सेक्शन ए में से ये लिखूंगी या ये लिखूंगा, और सेक्शन बी में से ये लिखूंगी और ये लिखूंगा. You make the decision, but I'm not going into the details of this method because it will be a lengthy discussion. Only thing I will advise is don't choose a topic just by its heading and your knowledge. Heading से नहीं check करना है. See all the topics. Don't rely on optional topics. PSIR के स्टूडेंट है, बॉर्डर मैनेजमेंट मिल गया, फॉरेन पॉलिसी मिल गया, खुश हो गए, ऐसा मत कीजिएगा. Don't rely on optional topics. Choose a topic, write its themes or dimensions to see whether कई बार क्या होगा, you have chosen a topic and once you start to brainstorm you will realize that's not a very good topic. Don't lose heart here. Go back to this method again. Choose another topic. See its dimensions. Okay. So this is the golden 15 minutes which you will be doing for both the essays you would have decided. Then 15 minutes to write the introduction at the back. And dimensions. Introduction at the back में क्यों लिख पा रहा हूँ? I found many of you do cutting on your first page. While writing an introduction, you do cutting. Would that look good? पहले पेज में ही इंट्रोडक्शन में आपके कट पीट कर रखा है. अच्छा लगेगा देखने में?
No, sir.
इसीलिए आप क्या कीजिए, जो आपको इंट्रोडक्शन लिखना है एक बार आप पीछे लिख लीजिए और उसको फिर फटाफट देख के आगे कॉपी पेस्ट कर दीजिए. You will write better language, better words, and no mistakes. And the dimensions. This will take 15 minutes. So half an hour is gone. Then you write in the rest of the time the first essay. That is 1 hour is left to write the first essay. You will take 10 minutes extra. So ये हो गया total 1 hour 40 minutes. Again here 10 minutes to write the introduction and dimension. You are left with 1 hour 10 minutes for this essay. You will scramble and I will be giving you a technique. I will make you practice also कि यहाँ पर conclusions ready-made कैसे use करने हैं. सबसे ज़्यादा handy यही आएगा. In your second essay, you will be falling short on your conclusion 99% of the times. So how to use ready-made conclusions in such a situation, we will be dealing. One such conclusion is भारत का preamble change दीजिए. You just write, we the people of India have solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign socialist secular democratic republic. ऐसे इन conclusions की हम एक list बनाएंगे which will come very handy when exam. मेरे साथ ऐसा कई बार हुआ. The bell rang, examiner started taking the copies and then I was writing. Therefore in summary or in conclusion we can conclude and I had to write one full paragraph. 4-5 लाइनें मुझे लिखनी है. वहां पर मेरे लिए सोचने का टाइम नहीं है. So either you be good at time management, which I was not because I did not practice. You will practice, you will be better. But if you are not, if for some reason you are not able to do that, ready-made conclusions. So this is the time management, whoever asked. Again, idealistic institute time management. कि पहला essay 1 minute 20 मिनट में लिख लीजिए, दूसरा essay भी 1 घंटा 20 मिनट में लिख लीजिए, और जो बाकी का 20 मिनट बचा है उसमें चाय और पकौड़ा खाइए. Revise. What will you revise in your essay? Yes, definitely read once again. कि कहीं पर spelling mistake है, कोई word छूट गया है, कुछ underline करना है, वो करिए. But reading your essay for 20 minutes, that's a waste of time. Okay.
Sir, is there a word limit for the introduction, for your conclusion, for essay?
There is no word limit. No word limit. Only thing is, we will learn this. Introduction कितना बड़ा लिखना है, कितने पैराग्राफ का, कितने पेजेस तक जाना चाहिए, ये सब हम सीखेंगे. वो आप एक बात बताइए, आपने कोई ऐसी मूवी देखी जिसमें 2 घंटे तक वो नए नए कैरेक्टर्स के बारे में ही बता रहे हैं? Would you like that movie?
No, sir.
So you would want that शुरू के 10 मिनट में कुछ हो जाए, मर्डर वगैरह हो जाए, एंड या फिर करण और अर्जुन बिछड़ जाए एंड देन देयर इज एन एंटायर मूवी ऑन हाउ दे आर यूनाइटिंग, राइट? यू आर एंटिसिपेटिंग दैट यूनिजन. अगर मैं उनको पूरी मूवी में बिछड़ते ही वही दिखाऊंगा तो विल यू लाइक इट?
No, sir.
So introduction generally 1 page and the next page is first paragraph. We will learn why it is so. Similarly conclusion जो है generally in almost perhaps all the cases I have seen that you use the word therefore concluding or now concluding. essay में ऐसा नहीं होता है. Conclusion has to be anticipated 2 paragraphs before. 2 पैराग्राफ से आप डिसाइड कर लीजिए कि तीसरा पैराग्राफ मेरा कंक्लूजन का होगा एंड यू स्टार्ट रैपिंग अप योर essay. खत्म करना चालू कर दीजिए. ताकि एब्रप्टली आपको ना लिखना पड़े देयर फॉर कंक्लूडिंग.
Yes, sir.
अब ये सवाल जवाब बंद करते हैं और काम की चीज करते हैं. That is, let us write an essay. So how do these sessions will be concluded? कैसे कराएंगे, क्या कराएंगे? तो पहली बात तो क्या होगा कि हर क्लास में आपको एक एसे का टॉपिक मिलेगा. You will be given 20 to 25 minutes to write. Compulsorily, you will be forced to write because your first problem was I have never written an essay, and this will remain your last problem till you write mains. That I have never written an essay. Nobody will make you write. Everybody will give you an essay test paper. It's of no use. So here on the spot, you will be given a live essay topic. You will be made to write. And those of you who are from the earlier essay lessons or essay sessions, you know that I also make you recite your essay, right? आपको बोलने के लिए भी बोला जाता है ना? So you can't even skip. And suppose if there are n number of people, so जिनका नहीं सुन पाते हैं उनको बोल देते हैं कि आप अपना इंट्रोडक्शन और कंक्लूजन कहाँ भेजिए? व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में.
Yes, sir.
हाँ. So there is not going to be an escape that you will not be writing और आप चुप करके भीड़ में छुपेंगे. भीड़ में वैसे भी सतर्क रहना है आजकल. All of you have read what happened in Seoul, right?
Yes,
है ना?
sir.
So for whatever it's worth, one danger of Indian festivals is crowd management. है ना?
Yes, sir.
So please be careful. In festivals, crowd management is an issue. Although this is our genetics. Seoul does not understand chaos. We do. We are the inventors of chaos. वहां पर तो उस जगह 2000, 4000, 10,000 लोग हो गए. यहाँ कुंभ में 1 करोड़ लोग नहाते हैं. Which may not be, I don't know whether the population of Seoul is how much. Probably it will be 10 crores or something of the entire country. And that many people take bath. 10 crore would take bath in the 5-6 days, auspicious days in Kumbh. So regardless of that, because of mischief, because of various other reasons, a stampede may happen. So try to avoid, and there was a very simple article that I read, that how do you identify in stampede? And one example that they had written was that if there are 6 people around you, 6 लोग अगर आपके circumference में है, then you understand that this is, there can be a stampede. So you try to exit the crowd. And exit में आप panic मत कीजिए, बाकी लोग भी panic कर जाएंगे. But one good example that I got from was that if around you there are 6 people, then you realize that the crowd density is dangerous. And one more thing they did was, in any case, do not fall. That was logical. I mean, that was not very logical. Obviously, do not fall is one way. So in these sessions, 20-25 minutes, you will be made to write on that essay topic. After hearing everybody's essay topic, we will discuss that theme in detail. That essay topic will be on a particular theme. For example, it will be an essay on polity. It will be an essay on international relation, internal security. It may be an essay on philosophical essays. This has now become a recurring theme. So I will be discussing most important philosophies. Buddha ki philosophy, Jain philosophy, Western philosophy mein Kant ki philosophy, most important lines of Kant, famous lines of Kant, plus some other things from where they are asking. Environment and disaster management. Economy and agriculture. History as a theme will not be discussed. History will be part of all the essays. That will be historical dimension. Per se, it will not be. Okay. Or ये थीम को डिस्कस किया जाएगा. उसके बाद you will be given a essay as homework. You will write it. It will be evaluated. You will get the feedback and then repeat. So this is how these classes will continue. Now, in any of my orientations, I have always maintained one thing: never to go without some learning. So today also, as much as you don't want, let us write a small essay. I am giving you a topic and you write whatever you feel. 1 line, 2 line, 1 word, doesn't matter. The topic is you cannot bath or bathe twice in the same river. मुश्किल टॉपिक है, पर देखते हैं कि आप क्या लिखते हैं. Start writing. I am giving you 10 minutes to write just the introduction. Everybody. So let us start. Who would like to read first?
Sir, I have written 2 sentences wrongly. So
You have written 2 sentences. That's good. Please tell.
every day people change as they have new experience with which shapes them. So
Okay.
you cannot step into same river twice. One read books travel to different places.
Okay. So you are writing out every day we change. Biology tells us every day more than 1,20,000 RBCs die. है ना? In approximately how many days we have a new human being? I am not remembering that fact. 6 दिन में या कितने दिन में?
7 days.
7 days.
Completely human being change हो जाता है. So
In 7 days your entire system gets rebooted. If you give this example, तो आपने जो बोला एक जेनरिक लिटरेरी हो गया, आपकी बात को हमने फैक्ट में प्रूव कर दिया. तो हमको इस अप्रोच से इस अप्रोच पे आना है. राज, ओके?
Yes, sir.
और डोंट वरी कि सर ये मैं कैसे सोचूंगा, आ जाएगा. डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट. और नहीं भी आएगा तो इतनी सारी हम चीजें कर लेंगे कि वही यूज करना आ जाएगा. So in 7 days there is a new human being. Okay. Next.
Sir, I have also written some lines.
Yes, please.
Can I? Okay.
It
After Abir Vashvi.
it is very well argued that history has got many lessons to offer, but there are very less students of it. History presents itself as a very well guide to caution and direct our action. Individuals, societies, and nations who fail to learn lessons from their past mistakes are condemned to be failed again and again.
Example.
Example अब लिखने वाला था, सोच रहा था.
Correct. If we don't take lessons from history, this I wrote in my last session. If we don't take lessons from history, what will happen, Anaga? We will become what? इतिहास से नहीं सीखेंगे तो इतिहास बन जाएंगे आप. Example, current Russia-Ukraine crisis. Does it have similarity to the World War I world or World War I events? Is the world again waiting for a Ferdinand Ferdinand assassination to spark a world war? अगर वैसा कोई इवेंट अभी हो जाता है to provide an immediate cause, is the world on brink of a similar war?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So again, the relics of the past, colonialism, imperialism, Cold War, all of them again are in our face. Okay, next.
सर ये तो फिलोसफी का ऐसे है ना, तो हम इसे जीएस से लिंक कर
So
रहे हैं ना यहाँ पे।
when
दोबारा बोलिए.
so I have written something.
हाँ, वैश्वी then शिवांगी.
Sir, मैं बोलूं Vashvi?
हाँ, yes, yes.
Okay, sir, so I started with the quote, time and tide waits for no one. This
Okay.
proverb stands true for our life experiences. Life with its perceptibility to change and enhance brings the required change in our experiences. These experiences, these experiences change us and evolve us into a complete different versions of our former self. For example, the changes experienced by Buddha through nirvana evolved him into a completely different version of his former self.
Okay. ठीक है. Basically, you have at least indirectly linked it with. This is actually Buddhist philosophy. Buddhist philosophy says change is the only reality. अगर कुछ सच है तो वो है बदलाव. जिनकी हिंदी में राइटिंग खराब है, ऐसी राइटिंग पे भी हिंदी पास हो जाते हैं, टेंशन मत लीजिए. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द कंपल्सरी पेपर. ओके, नेक्स्ट. शिवांगी.
So when we look at a river, we see a single entity that has always been there and will always be and seemingly be there. Therefore, when river seems to be as per Heraclitus, it is not the same. The river is not the same, and the river is changing, and so the effect is change. So the effect is there with the river is also changing. So do the human societies around us are changing. This is all only thing I will tell.
I don't remember the name of the author. There is a poem, The Brook, that we used to study in our school days. Men may come and men may go, but I go on for ever. I think Robert Hooke, पता नहीं क्या नाम है.
विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ है शायद.
William Wordsworth. Okay, you can just check, Google it and let me know so that everybody learns the right name. So I did not understand the meaning of your introduction, Shivangi. Basically, you are saying that river is a conventional name to an entity which is changing all the time. है ना?
So river is like a epitome, like it is like constant, but the constant is not there. It is changing.
Okay, so there is a thing in philosophy. There is nothing that changes, only ceaseless change. So underneath that constancy, there is a change. But how do you justify this? ये तो लिख दिया आपने. इसके next line क्या लिखेंगे आप?
So
How
I
do you
will
link
then
it?
connect it with the things around us that are changing, evolving.
Okay, ठीक है. Next.
सर मैं बोलूं?
हाँ बोलिए.
Sir, everything is constantly shifting and becoming something other to what it was before. Like a river, life flows ever, and while we may attempt to bathe in the same river, the water flowing will never be the same that it was moments before. Hence, we cannot bathe in the same river.
See, okay, so you explained the topic, but this is basically explanation which we will avoid in introduction. Introduction में हमको थोड़ा सा value addition करना है to the topic. आपने जो लिखा उसके साथ हम कुछ और भी लिखेंगे, हम value add करेंगे. So basically you want to say that by the time we take bath twice in the same river, the river, because it is a flowing entity, has changed. Similarly, if there is one reality in life, that is time and tide waits for no man, or that a thing done in the right time becomes the most crucial aspect. So you will have to link it with something else other than just explaining the essay topic in the word. You have to link it with something, give example or link it with something else, ताकि वो value addition दिखे. Simple एक explanation ना हो topic का.
ओके सर।
हाँ, जैसे आपने बोला लाइफ वगैरह, तो वो मुझे डायरेक्टली लिंक नहीं समझ आया.
ठीक है सर।
हाँ, और बोलिए.
सर मैं बोलूं?
हाँ, Rohtas and then whoever said after that.
No man ever steps in the same river twice. It is not the same river, and he is not the same man as per the Heraclitus. Everything is changing in our surroundings and ourselves as well. A human being completely change in 7 days, but I cannot observe the surroundings. You cannot same thing and same place twice. In history, Earth was only one solid, Pangaea Panthalassa, and now we can see there are so many sea, ocean, and rivers and mountains, etc.
ओके,
बस इतना ही लिखा है.
ठीक है.
मैं बता
हेराक्लिटस, क्योंकि आपका फिलोसफी ऑप्शनल है तो आपको पता है, आप लिख सकते हैं. बेसिकली एग्जामिनर विल नो दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड इट एंड यू नो दिस. अच्छा, जो ये लोग सोच रहे हैं कि ये टॉपिक मैंने दे दिया फिलोसफी ऑप्शनल का प्रचार करने के लिए, दिस इज अ टॉपिक दैट हैज बीन आस्क्ड दिस ईयर, राइट? सो लास्ट ईयर दे आस्क्ड हीगल का रियल इज रैशनल, रैशनल इज रियल. मतलब कोर फिलोसफी का टॉपिक जो है वो लास्ट ईयर ये दे दिया था उन्होंने. एंड दिस ईयर दे गिव you cannot bath twice in the same river, a quote by Heraclitus. Or in Buddhism, same quote is there. Basically both these philosophies support change. So other than talking about the topics also in philosophy sense or in literary sense, they give philosophical topics which I will try to cover in the classes. Yes, Divya.
Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. मतलब कुछ लाइन है पहले.
हाँ, थोड़ा वैसे बताइए कि समझ आ जाए.
ये two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert on a pedestal. The words on the pedestal appear to be, "My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings." The pedestal is a story of a king named Ozymandias, who has fought many wars in his lifetime. War has been an inevitable feature of our society, which has resulted in death and destruction. The result is no one survives to live the reality of it. The trunkless legs of stone that are standing in the desert is an example of this, where no one is there to read the mighty works of the king.
ठीक, एक काम कीजिएगा, आपने जो लाइन लिखी है इसकी फोटो खींच के और आप एसए के क्लास ग्रुप में डाल दीजिएगा, so that other people can also remember the words that you said. I couldn't understand what you're saying, but it seemed nice. मतलब understand because there was not proper voice problem.
10th क्लास की एक पोएम है जो 10th क्लास में पढ़ाई गई. Percy Bysshe, I will send the whole poem.
ठीक है. So now I had to take till 9:30. So next class, again we will be discussing some topics of the orientation and start with the next theme. And I'll be also telling you, you cannot bath twice in the same river, how easily we can write this topic. Okay. Next session will be, I think, on Friday, and regular class will be on Sunday. Every week there will be a class on Sunday. So one request from all of you to write whatever you learned or your feedback in your whichever groups you are. Okay.
Sir?
Just write. Yes.
So I wrote an introduction. Would you mind giving me a feedback because I'm not on the group?
You got this link from where?
My brother sent it to me.
You can read your essay right now.
Okay. Nature gives us the best example that change is the only constant. With every passing moment, with every tick of the clock, we are reminded that our life is in flux, whether we are aware of it or not. In Harper Lee's famous book, To Kill a Mockingbird, we see a story of a black man charged with the rape of a white girl through the eyes of a young girl. It shows the irrationality of adults through a child's eyes. However, in its sequel, we see the same girl, now a grown up, questioning the delivery of justice and thinking if anything could be changed now. But since we cannot bath twice in the same river, the regret she has since childhood continues to haunt her entire life. That's it.
Okay, very good. Mockingbird. See, only thing is you just tweak your version of the story. Neither I, 99% of the class, nor the checker would have read To Kill a Mockingbird. So you tweak the story and say that girl, what she held as a child, had a very different view as an adult, making sure that as we evolve, as we grow, our thought process, our decision making, our view and version and reality around us changes. There's a very interesting line that I will end this session with for you, everybody, to carry. How many of you know John Maynard Keynes?
He gave.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
He's the father of modern economics, right?
Neo-economics, yeah.
Neo-economics. Basically, he said government has a role to play. Adam Smith की जो economics थी, Smith said
laissez-faire.
laissez-faire, or basically market, invisible hand. John Maynard Keynes, he was earlier a Smithsonian. He was earlier from this school. Later he gave this theory. इन्होंने एक रिसर्च पेपर पब्लिश किया. कीन से पूछा गया कि पहले तो आप स्मिथ के फॉलोअर थे. He gave a very interesting line. That is a very iconic line also. He says, when facts change, I change my view. What do you do? Interesting line. So he said, it is on my face, this fact, that market economics has failed. Market will never come for the optimum method. There has to be someone else, something else. He says, when facts change, I change my view. What do you do? With that, I am concluding the session. See you on Friday. And the regular class will be on Sunday. Friday, again, we will discuss some of the nuances of a good essay writing. And then Sunday we'll start. Any other doubt? Yes, no. Okay, thank you for your time.
Waiting for next class.
Okay, we'll wait till the Friday blockbuster.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you for your time and patience.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hello guys, before we start with the discussion, we just want to inform you that we have launched a very special and unique type of program which is called Excel Mains through the previous year's questions. In this program, we are going to cover the entire syllabus of GS paper 1, 2, 3 and 4. The philosophy behind this program is we are going to cover the syllabus not randomly but just by using or referring the previous year's questions themes. And the themes are extracted from the last 40 years of previous year's questions. There will be a live discussion, there will be a answer writing with the mentors, and the second program is the intense answer writing program which is called Samachar Vani Plus, in which there will be a weekly classes on 10 topics which are extremely important from the UPSC mains and prelims point of view. There will be an answer writing, there will be a questions given after each and every class based on those 10 topics. So even if you are a beginner, this is a good opportunity for you to begin with the answer writing. For any further queries or if you wish to talk with a mentor, if you have any doubts, please drop us a message on the number given below. Thank you.